Send me your bad Magic the Gathering combos that actually work. We're looking at bad combos today. Now, for everyone in chat, if it's a 2 or 3 card combo, you can leave it in chat. We'll take a look at it. If it's 4 or more, you got to submit it to the Discord. We got instructions in the description below. So we're going to start the show off with, if you're an early riser like Toads, you get what you want. Toads, Roaring Earth plus Bristly Bill. This is a green 1 generic enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Ooh, we get them lands, we get them +1/+1 counters. Also has Channel, a green X. Discard Roaring Earth. Put X +1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 green spirit creature with haste. It's still land. I have a feeling that's the part of the combo we care about. Now, Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. This is a 2-mana 2/2 plant. Landfall. If a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on target creature. Okay, that's like the last one, isn't it? But then we have for 5 mana, double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. I don't get it. What does this actually do? So if land enters the battlefield, they both put counters. Discard this thing. Put X +1/+1 counters on target land. It becomes a green creature. What's the combo? Double the number of counters on each creature you control? Is there like some sort of infinite counter thing going on? Bristly Bill is an expensive card. This is like $23. There's got to be some hidden tech here I don't see. The only combo I see is like one land doubles the counters, and like that's about it. Hold on, we have haste. Okay, discard Roaring Earth. Put X +1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 green spirit with haste. That's it. Maybe I'm thinking synergy. Synergy! We need combos here. We don't have music. This whole show is an abomination from the get-go. All right, we're gonna get the music. We got the music. And now let's look at some combos. Now, a random mage has Phage the Untouchable. Quite untouchable. Well, I don't. You know why she's untouchable? Because you don't even want to have her in play. Usually, you die from putting this thing into play. And we have Endless Whispers. Okay, we all know how Phage works. If it enters the battlefield, you didn't cast it. It's game over for you. Endless Whispers says 4-mana enchantment. Each creature has, when this creature is put into a graveyard from play, choose target opponent. That player puts this creature card from the graveyard into play under their control at end of turn. What a banger bad combo. Love it. That's a great one. All right, next one. We've got from Abzo, the Winds of Change. And the Elms Collector. Come to collect them elms. Okay, Winds of Change is a red sorcery. Each player shuffles the cards from their hand into their library, then draws that many cards. Okay. Okay. And then we have Elms Collector for 4 mana. It's a 3/4 with flash. It could have came out of nowhere. Shoot it! Okay, if an opponent would draw 2 or more cards, instead you and that player each draw a card. So instead of them drawing like a million cards, you cash in on them drawing a card at all. An opponent. And you still get all your cards, right? Yeah, each player shuffles. That's insane. That is a banger combo too. The only problem is Winds of Change sucks under, I guess, most other circumstances. But you know what? This is the best we got for a Time Twister in red in a white deck. You still don't hear the music. You better not. Is the music there? It better be there. I have the music on. Music is everywhere. Or hold on. Maybe it's not? Are you screwing with me, people? Okay, we have that music is 100. I double, triple check this thing. Okay, next up. Beanpot's Chomano. Mano. The Revolutionary into a Pariah. Now, Chomano is a 4-mana 2/2. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Chomano Revolutionary. Okay. Oh! And then we can put the Pariah on it. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the Chomano, which cannot be any damage, so it all bounces right off of her. Or him. I can't tell, actually. Them! The bounce off of them. Okay, we have music now. Excellent. There, it's going. We get... This is the absolutely abomination of a start that we have over here, but we can catch up, all right? We can make donate blood. Is there a card called blood? Like actual blood, the card? How do I look up blood? If that's even a if that's even a card. I know donate. Or is this like a comment? Okay, how do I look up exactly blood the card? Maybe I have to do the quotation marks. That didn't work. Oh, in Discord? Okay, you gotta tell me it's in the Discord. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. You can put it in the Discord. That's totally fine. You don't have to super chat these, by the way. It's not entirely necessary. How did I do this? Is that... Or did I use this mode? I think I used this mode. Yeah, okay. Discord. Bad combos. Donate blood. Okay, donate blood from Pedgeman. Oh, hold on. There's a few of them, actually. Okay, I assume this is yours. Dolphin Fin. Where is it? Where's the... Okay, donate blood. We start off with the Mindslaver. 6 mana artifact. Pay 4. Sacrifice Mindslaver. You control target player during that player's next turn. And we also have donate. What are we going to donate? Target player gains control of target permanent you control. We're going to give them... Oh, we're going to give them the Wall of Blood. So we give them the Wall of Blood, pay 1 life, Wall of Blood gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and then we are going to control their turn and make sure that's the end of their turn, probably the end of their game. You have no choice. I will sacrifice all your life to make my Wall of Blood as big as possible. You could kill actually 2 people at once. This is actually a neat combo. Oh, but the wall has to attack somehow. Damn it. Okay, you... With your turn, you animate their wall that they can attack somehow. Swing in, attack, kill somebody, and then you Wall of Blood them to death. I'm just being an extra creative. I'm trying to be extra creative here. Extra creative. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at Toilet Ducks. I use illusory wrappings to make Tree of Perdition. Tree of Perdition. A 0/2. Then tap Tree of Perdition to set target opponent's life total to 2. Oh, because we exchange. So for a blue 2 generic enchant creature has base power and toughness 2. That is the greatest way to shrink someone down to size. Because Tree of Perdition says exchange target opponent's life total with Tree of Perdition's toughness. So Tree of Perdition going to get super big, the opponent going to get super small. I love that. That's a great combo. So honestly, you guys' 2-card combos are infinitely better than your like 4+ card combos most of the time. Okay, next up we've got Minkoa, Urborg. The Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Cormus Bell. You're gonna turn everything into a 1/1. And then the Knight of Soul's Betrayal. Okay, we've seen enough. So, like, Urborg, everything's a swamp. Cormus Bell says, well, all swamps are 1/1 creatures. And the Knight of Soul's Betrayal says, well, all the creatures are -1/-1. We are, like, how does this game end at this point? Well, I guess anyone who's playing with artifacts win. Either that, or you count everybody's library. Whoever has a higher stack of their library wins. Because if everyone depends on their lands to cast their spells, I mean, it's just GG, as far as I'm concerned. Julian with the, okay, hold on, Infinity Elemental. This is an uncard, isn't it? Okay, and you want to fling the damn thing. It has infinite power, which means we deal an infinite amount of damage to them when we cast the fling. As initial cost to cast the spell, if you sack a creature, deal damage equal to the sacrificed creature to any target. How does anyone even let this thing be in the game? It's just like a one-shot kill machine. It's probably not even that broken, to be honest, at 7 mana. I'd allow it. You could rule 0 that into my game. Okay, let's not forget, huge fan of the show, Christopher B. Okay, we got, let's start backwards. Sliver Overlord. So you got your Sliver Overlord, and then you want your Hive Stone. So Sliver Overlord is a Wooburg. That's a 7/7. Pay 3, search your library for a Sliver card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, or you gain control of target Sliver. Now, Hive Stone, creatures you control are Slivers in addition to their other types. And that's when we play the Donate. Now, we're donating not the Sliver Overlord, we're donating the Hive Stone, because now our opponent's creatures are Slivers, and then all of a sudden we yoink them all with the Sliver Overlord. Love it. I absolutely love it. My creatures are mine, and also your creatures. They're also mine. Okay, we have Kagan here. Thank you very much for your super chat. Did you post this to the Discord? Remember, 2 and 3 card combos. I'm gonna look this one up. It's because you super chatted. You're supposed to post the 4 card combos on the in the Discord. Ashnod's, another Ashnod's Altar. Where's the bingo card? I need a bingo card. I need a bingo card to let us know. We have Ashnod's Altar has been chosen. Okay, Haunted Cloak. Okay, the idea is sack the Masticore to altar and then steal the counter with the Hexavus. Hexavus is a 6 mana 0/0 flying ETB with 6 +1/+1 counters. Pay 1, remove a counter, put a flying counter on another target creature. Pay 1, remove a counter from another creature you control, put a +1/+1 counter on this one. And then we have like Ashnod's Altar, where sack a creature, you get double mana. Lesser Masticore, not as big as Big Daddy Masticore. As initial cost to cast a spell, you gotta discard a card. Pay 4 mana to deal 1 damage to target creature, but it has Persist. And we have Haunted Cloak. Equipped creature has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. I don't know what that card is for, so the idea is sack the Masticore. It has Persist, then we can steal the counters constantly from the Masticore to give it to Hexavus. Where do we get the... Oh, and we get the mana from the Ashnod's Altar. What is the point of this? What is the point of the Haunted Cloak? 3 mana, enchanted creature has Vigilance and Haste. Oh, I guess to just kill with the Hexavus in the end. To make an infinitely big Hexavus, because we're stealing all those +1/+1 counters. Although you could have just won with a gigantic Hexavus. Alright, next up. Islarf, Thought Lash. And the War Doctor. Now, Thought Lash is an enchantment for 4 mana. It's cumulative upkeep. Remove the top card of your library from the game. But you can remove the top card of your library from the game to prevent 1 damage that would be dealt to, well, you. Now, the War Doctor, whenever one or more time counters, whenever one or more other permanents phase out, or whenever one or more other cards are put into exile from anywhere, could include Thought Lash, put a time counter on the War Doctor. Whenever the War Doctor attacks, if it deals damage, equal to the number of time counters on it to any target. That is insane. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile instead. You could like just 40 someone with this thing, and you keep the time counters. It's not like it's until end of turn. That is wild. I love it. Okay, Steve Cooper, Etherplasm, and Phyrexian Obliterator. Alright, Phyrexian Obliterator. 4 mana, 5/5. You deal damage to this thing, you lose your permanence. Alright, don't do that. Etherplasm, 4 mana for a 1/1. Whenever Etherplasm blocks a creature, you may return Etherplasm to its owner's hand. If you do, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield blocking that creature. Well, that's certainly unexpected. Yeah, you do the old switcheroo around here. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't Etherplasm after all. It was a Phyrexian Obliterator. That's pretty cute. It's a big blowout. Oh, you know what that moment is? It's one of those moments. Whole table is like, wow, you just got obliterated by the Phyrexian Obliterator. Next up, what do we have here? Eris, Island, Sanctuary, and Mystic Decree. Island Sanctuary, a white 1 generic enchantment. If you would draw a card during your draw step, instead you may skip that draw. If you do until your next turn, you can't be attacked by creatures with flying and or island walk. If you do until your next turn, you can't be attacked, except by creatures with flying and island walk. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. And then we got Mystic Decree, the 4-mana world enchantment. All creatures lose flying and island walk. What a combo. They like made this for each other. Look, this is from Homelands, and this card is from, what is the origin story to this thing? It's from Beta? Wow. Someone in R&D way back in the day is like, you know what? Island Sanctuary, what if we made Mystic Decree? And then all of a sudden, this actually is a huge combo. Yeah, 24-year-old combo resurfaces in 2024. Unbelievable. That's pretty cool. Was this always known? Or was this like just found out of nowhere? Okay, Julio with Echoes of Eternity. And oh god, the 2 glaring flesh rakers. I hate this card. Takes time, but it gets your opponent to 0. I believe it. So the glaring flesh raker. This card has turned 2'd me in Legacy. I couldn't believe that was even possible. And it was, again, with 2 glaring flesh rakers. You're right. Okay, so for 3 mana, a 2/2. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, you get a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn, which you can sack for mana to cast more spells. Now, whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So the glaring flesh raker, as you cast colorless spells, it pings you for 1 damage, and also it gets you mana. So what the hell is Echoes of Eternity, a 6-mana card? If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. You may cast whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for that copy. How does this work? Oh, I see. You mean this doesn't kill you immediately, but like eventually as you cast cards, you'll just double the triggers and it should grind your opponent into the ground. I definitely lost exactly like this in Legacy, though. They didn't play this, but they did play 2 of these, and then just a bunch of other random colorless cards, and I was dead. Completely stone cold dead. Okay, West Coast, we did that last time, West Coast Games. We did Kudo. It was like in the thumbnail and everything. I think it was in the thumbnail. We've done that one. We did all the bear I wouldn't say we did all the bear combos, but we've done that one. A little too much. We need fresh bad combos here. Devoted Druid and Quill Spike. That's interesting. Devoted Druid goes with a lot of spikes, but I don't know about Quill Spike. So, first off, Devoted Druid, 2-mana Mana Dork, tapped out a green, but you can put a -1/-1 counter on this thing to untap it. Quill Spike, pay a green or a black, remove a -1/-1 counter from a creature you control. Quill Spike gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Oh! From a creature. So basically, we perpetually add mana to pay for this ability, and also we perpetually put a -1/-1 counter on this thing to then remove from Quill Spike so that this thing can grow up into a big boy. Big, beefy, spiky. Show Sonic the Hedgehog who has more quills. No, this definitely was not mentioned yet. Era says, no, it's going to kill you immediately. Add a Kozilek's command and you're all done. Well, you need one more, so you need 1 more card, right? You need 1 more card. Dang, old boy's like, dang, I'm not prepared. You have like a month to prepare for these things every single time. You can also post them in the Discord. Okay, Meme Bruley. Including blue, oh, absolutely. Anything I can look up. So hopefully Maha, it's Feathers Knight shows up. And Kervek the Spiteful. Okay, I don't even know what this card does. It's a 5-mana 6/5 flying trample. This bird has trample. Ward to discard a card. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. You gotta be kidding me. That's great. That's exactly the type of cards I need to see in existence. Okay, so how are you gonna wipe my board? There's a million ways to do it, I'm sure. Kervek. Which Kervek are we looking up? The Spiteful. You want this one. 4 mana, 3/2. Of course, yeah. Other creatures get -1/-1. RIP my creatures. What is with Wizards' fascination turning everything into 1 toughness dinks and then just wiping them off the face of the earth? There's something again. Wizards just doesn't like creatures that have 1 toughness. They're just trying to, and now big creatures need to turn into 1 toughness. They need to sell more Orcish Bowmasters or something. I don't know what their motivation is. Okay, Drago Smash. We got Geth's Grimoire and the Words of Waste. Words of Waste, 3-mana enchantment, pay 1. The next time you would draw a card this turn, each opponent discards a card from their hand instead. So you don't draw any more cards, they just discard cards for eternity. Now, the Geth's Grimoire is a 4-mana artifact. Whenever an opponent discards a card from their hand, you may draw a card. Ooh, so basically, what, you all gonna have nothing? So, basically, we don't draw anything. Or do I have to pay mana into this? For every, yeah, it's only the next time I would draw a card this turn. So, but the point is, I guess this would trigger, could you do this like 7 times and just wipe out everybody's hand? That's how I'm interpreting this. I don't draw anything, but you're gonna discard everything. It's inverse 1 with nothing. 1 with nothing, but for the opponents. Did we do this one already? Cormus Bell, Urnborg, and then make obsolete. Okay, we got the Cormus Bell again into the Urborg. But now let's look at Tomb of the Obsolete. It's just another way of like wiping out make obsolete. So, yeah, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. You know what you're nice about, David? You made it until end of turn. You're actually really nice. Other players making these combos, they do it permanently. And then nothing ever gets to live. So this is a one-shot board wipe. Okay, West Coast is gonna fix the make it a little bit more Kudro, King Among Bears, and Elish. We've done this one. Kudo, King. Not today, but like this shows up like almost every single time we do this show. Yeah, we have the card that makes all the bears. And we've got Elish Norn to come wipe out all the bears. All the bears, they're all gone. RIP bears. All these combos are about shrinking everything and then killing them off. Okay, Jess, Training Grounds. The Shields. Shields of Velis Vel. And the Sliver Overlord. Okay, Sliver Overlord. Wooburg 7/7. Search your library for a sliver. Put on the battlefield or swipe slivers for 3 mana. The Shields of Velis Vel. Changeling. Creatures target player controls. Get +0/+1 and gain all creature types until end of turn. And Training Grounds. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. So how do we make this thing work? Creatures we're going to turn our opponent's creatures into the slivers. And then for 1 mana, we swipe them all, and then they are all ours. Oh, it's going to be great. It's not a board wipe, it's a heist. And your creatures are what we're stealing. Okay, well, next up, we got K-Sun YouTube with Sword of the Meek, Grinding Station. Grinding Station. And last card, Sly Requisitor. Or, sorry, Sly something else. Sly Requisitioner or something like that. There we go. Okay, Sly Requisitioner. 5 mana, 2/2 Human Artificer. Improvise. Your artifacts can help cast this spell. Whenever a non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 servo. So, non-tokens go to the graveyard. I get servo. Grinding Station. Sack an artifact. Does this have to be alive? Whenever a non-token artifact... Okay. So, Grinding Station. We sack an artifact to mill buy 3 cards. Then whenever an artifact comes into play, we untap the grinding station. So these 2 cards alone is an infinite combo. We get the servo, we untap the grinding station, sack the servo, mill 3 cards, get another servo. And then Sword of the Meek. Is this even necessary? Whenever a 1/1 creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Sword of the Meek from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to the creature. Is that necessary? Sack? Oh, it has to be a non-token artifact. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So we're sacking this one. Okay, I misread. This is not a combo because that's a token. It's got to be a non-token. We're making tokens. We got to sack non-token. No, but we can sacrifice. Oh, yeah, but the thing was sacrifice. They balance this card out. Yeah, not infinite with the servos. We need to sack the sword. The sword gets sacked. We sack the sword to make the 1/1, which brings the sword back. The sword comes back, and we sack for the grinding station, and then we keep sacking the sword. We keep milling people, but can they survive? Do they have one of those stupid Eldrazi's that prevent them from actually getting milled out, or are they going to get milled out? Okay, next up, 18 Zeke, making use of the Discord. Build a stuffy doll workshop. All right, stuffy doll it is. Build a stuffy doll workshop. Ever since we... Build... Oh, you put the... Build a... Stuffy... I can't find this! Oh, it's stuffy doll. No, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna look up... How do I find this thing? Workshop? I'm gonna look up workshop. I don't know if you posted this. What is the name of this thing? Stuffy doll is one word. I actually can't find it. It's not in here. Whoops. Let's zoom in a little bit. Here we go. I can't find this damn thing. It's not showing up in my search results. Did you just post it by any chance? Oh, we got the bingo card here. What have we done? Infinite. We haven't done infinite damage. We don't have infinite card draw. It's a oh, you can't put them in threads because I can't search threads up. Okay, where's your? What have you done? Dude, you gotta spam it like everyone else. Everyone's got it spam. For some reason, I can't look up anything in a thread for some dumb reason. Can you repost the combo and then give me the name afterwards? Repost the combo, and I'll get to it. Yeah, we've had this situation before where people post stuff in threads, but I actually can't search up the thread for some reason. Because it's just stupid and Discord's just dumb like that for some reason. Or I guess what you could do is you can post the name of your thing and then make a thread underneath it, and then I could find it. So that actually could work. Okay, we got Vanilla Torts with the horseshoe crab, huge bad combo maker, freed from the real. In English, please. And Wake Thrasher. A merfolk I'm familiar with, in my opinion. Okay, so we got Wake Thrasher. See, the thing is, whenever a permanent you control it comes untapped, Wake Thrasher gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So if we can untap stuff, a lot of stuff, ideally on one turn, we're going to make it work. Okay, freed from the real is pay a blue, tap enchanted creature, pay a blue, untap enchanted creature. And Horseshoe Crab happens to have pay a blue, untap Horseshoe Crab. Does it not make any mana? We don't make any mana off of this. Untap target creature. We need infinite mana. I mean, you'll make a big Wake Thrasher when a person becomes untapped. Or what's the idea? Oh, wait a minute. No, untap enchanted creature. Does this make mana? Untap or Horseshoe Crab. Just trying to wrap my brain. I'm trying to wrap my brain around this thing. Oh, no spamming, Jasper. You're spamming. I'll get to everybody, but you can't spam around here. The only person that's allowed to spam around here is me. Can anyone explain this combo? Add in a bounce land? I guess so. Like, there's something sort of going on here, but it's not really infinite, if you know what I mean. Like, it's sort of like, you know, it's as good as you have mana going around, if you know what I mean. So if you got, like, I don't know, 10 blue mana, you can give your Wake Thrasher, like, +10, +10. But you could also do that by just tapping all your lands and passing the turn and then untapping the damn thing. So is there, like, some way to make it, like, unless I'm missing something? I think what it needs is, like, it needs to be, like, not free from the real. This has got to be some sort of mana door, like a Birds of Paradise or something. Does cost mana, make it is it, and replace the freed from the real with Whip Flare to make it more cost effective. I'm just thinking instead of Horseshoe Crab, Birds of Paradise. Then you put the freed from the real on the Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise taps for a blue. Freed from the real pays for the blue to untap your Birds of Paradise. You have infinite making mana, and then the Wake Thrasher is infinitely big. A big Wake Thrasher. Yeah, slow-mo in effect. I should have known better than let you guys run away free around here. Okay, you heard the music. That means it's time to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You better believe I love Fusion Gaming Online. Oh, hold on, I'm a little bit too scrunched to the side here. Excellent. So the Fusion Gaming Online, you know, you want some blue, you want your cute fuzzy squirrels, raccoons, weasels, toads, frogs, whatever this thing is flying in the middle of here. Get them singles at FusionGamingOnline.com. This is where I pre-order all my cards that I need tomorrow. Like, sometimes I have a tournament. I gotta pay that premium, get those cards early. And you know what? I don't mind, because there's something called coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. The ability to play any deck, any format you want on Magic Online. And when it comes to Commander, you people have 50 decks, and you can basically own every Commander deck at once when you're renting the cards online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_IEP. And back to our beautiful combos. Okay, we have super chats. Okay, did you fix this thing, 18 Zeke? For me, it's the bird hype. Oh, you like the bird hype, huh? Oh yeah, this Steve Cooper. This is Steve Cooper's time with Bloomborough. Steve Cooper's been waiting his whole life. All right, 18 Zeke said, okay, try looking up. All right, you all said I should post the bad combo here, so there we go. That might actually work. We have, all right, you all said I should. This is probably gonna work. There we go. It worked. Okay, we have a thread. Some stupid, oh, I can't, okay, that's okay. I can click on things in the thread. Okay, we got step 1, the Autochron Worm. It's a 9/14 with Convoke and Trample. I have no idea what. So, step 1, play Autochron Worm, paying its full mana cost. Oh my god. Kidding me. Step 2, we're going to enchant it with the Dark Steel Mutation. It is now a 0/1 indestructible artifact insect worm with no abilities. I love the step-by-step. This is perfect. This is signature way that I want people to submit their combos. Step 3, play Wrathful Red Dragon. It says whenever a dragon you control is dealt damage, deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dragon. Step 4, play Conspiracy, naming dragon. As it enters, you now have a 0/1 indestructible artifact dragon that can redirect any damage it takes to any non-dragon target, probably your opponent's face. I like that. Step 5. Holy crap, this goes deep. Step 5, we're playing Xenograph? Enchant your creature with power. Hold on, enchant. Hold on, what's going on here? So no, step 5, play Xenograph. Naming construct. As it enters, you now have a 0/1 indestructible artifact dragon construct that can redirect any damage it takes to any non-dragon target, probably your opponent's face. Step 6, enchant your creature with power with fire. It now has the ability to tap and deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Oh, I looked at it wrong. I was reading it wrong. You put your, like, steps. You had a few steps. Okay, then step 6, tap all your creatures and have it deal 1 damage to itself. Deal 1 damage to your opponent's face. Did everyone catch that? I hope everyone caught that. I honestly did not catch that. But I liked it. It was a good one. Now that is a bad comp. It is very yeah, the more steps, the worse that it gets. Okay, time to get to some super chats. Sorry, I've not been ignoring you guys. Start off with Kagan. Shared part of this combo before. The Kate Stewart. Kate Stewart. This has to be a Doctor Who card. There's no way Kate Stewart is in any other part of the multiverse. Okay, we got Kate Stewart. We have Soul Teeth Tether. Sorry, Soul Tether. Golem and Impact Tremors. First ability for Kate really hurts if they destroy your Tremors. I'm sure, as most combos are, they destroy one part of the combo, they destroy everything. Okay, we have a 4-mana legendary 3/3. Whenever you put one or more time counters on a permanent you control, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Whenever Kate attacks, you may pay 8. If you do, attacking creatures get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of time counters among permanents you control. But the thing, I think you said, whenever one or more time counters are on a permanent, whenever you put one or more time counters on a permanent you control, you get a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Then we have the Golem. It's a 3/3 for 2 with Vanishing 1. Whenever another creature comes into play under your control, put a time counter on your Soul Tether Golem. Whenever we put one or more time counters, so we put a time counter, we get a 1/1. Whenever we get a 1/1, we get a time counter. Then Impact Tremors. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. Eventually, it'll deal 1 damage to everybody. Yeah, mispronounced for the bingo card. You got that right. It's hard to pronounce cards. 18 Zeke says, basically the combo just exists to replicate everything about Stuffy Doll. Oh yeah, so you did Stuffy Doll the hard way. Super hard Stuffy Doll. Pedgeman in Discord. Explanation in Discord. Is that what you're calling it? Okay, let me get out of this thread. Explanation in Discord. Or it's not, equals compounding interests. Okay, I think I found this thing. Okay, you got a bit of an explanation here. So the explanation is you sacrifice artifacts, including the duplicator, to make copies of them. Mondrak will give you 2 copies for each sacrificed artifact, and Crime Novelist will pay for the esoteric duplicator costs. Okay, let's look at all these cards. It's only 4 cards, so that's not too bad. We've got the Crime Novelist. It is a 3-mana 1/3 devious creature because it makes novels about crime. Okay, Goblin Bard. Whenever you sack an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on your Crime Novelist and add a red. Next card, Esoteric Duplicator. Whenever you sacrifice Esoteric Duplicator or another artifact, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, at the beginning of the next end step, create a token that's a copy of that artifact. Pay 2, sacrifice it to draw a card. We also have Mondrak Glory Dominus, the 4-mana 4/4. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. And for 2 Phyrexian mana and a 1 generic, sacrifice 2 other artifacts and/or creatures, put an indestructible counter on Mondrak. And lastly, the Molten Duplicator. 2-mana sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact. In addition to its other types, it gains haste until end of turn. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. All right, so how does this work? Okay, we've got, okay, you got, so it says you sacrifice artifacts, including the Duplicator, to make copies of them. Mondrak. Is this Mondrak? No, hold on. Which one's Mondrak? This is Mondrak. Mondrak will give you 2 copies for each sacrificed artifact, and Crime Novelist will pay the Esoteric Duplicator costs, because we need something to pay that cost. Making a copy of the Crime Novelist with Molten will allow to copy him as well and start netting more and more mana. And yes, you can duplicate your treasures, your clues, everything in Mondrak. gives a sacrifice outlet for artifacts that don't sacrifice themselves, I would play an arena, but sadly it breaks the game. Ends up roping out. All right. You've tried. I can tell you've tried this combo before. And it failed miserably. But you know what? It works in theory, and that's all that matters around here. Has to work in theory. Next super chat from Dangerous One. We got Yagra? The hell card is this? Is this real? Yagra. Oh, it is. How do you even pronounce that? And then 2 Cauldron Familiar. The original. Okay, Yagra, Eater of All. 5 mana for a 6/6. Wards sack of food. Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types. And have pay 2, tap, sack this permanent. You gain 3 life. Whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Yagra, Eater of All. So hold on, are we just turning this cauldron into a food? Sack a food, return Cauldron Familiar from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, you're just sacking a food, so you just sack them onto each other, and they keep bouncing onto the battlefield. And whenever a food is put into a graveyard, this Yagra just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's quite genius. Yeah, it's the cat food combo. I like that. It's true though. Other creatures are indeed food. In the wild, perhaps. Okay, next up, we've got who hasn't got a combo yet? I don't think Kano got a combo. Dismiss into Dream. And Inversion Behemoth. Oh, is this a new card? I don't even know about this card. It's some weird Eldrazi. 4-mana Eldrazi. It's a 2/9. At the beginning of combat on your turn, switch the power and toughness of each and any number of target creatures until end of turn. That is just weird. Now, dismiss into Dream. Each creature you control is an illusion in addition to its other types, and has, when this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Does this work? Beginning of combat on your turn, switch the power and toughness of each of any number of target creatures. I choose you, I choose you, I choose everybody. And then everyone is like, no, God, please, no. You lose everything. Is this is an enchantment. Each creature an opponent controls. Wow, they're just easy pickings. This is actually quite a good combo. It's not even that expensive. This part is 7 mana, but this part is 4. Yeah, each creature your opponents control. Does that change anything? At the beginning of combat on your turn, switch power toughness of each and any number of target creatures until end of turn. Yeah. You just swap everything, target creatures, and do it as many times as you want. You'll switcheroo here and there. Okay, next up we have John Super Chat. Thanks so much, John. We got Mayel's Aria and Moss Bridge Troll. And then any Galta card. Okay, I'll just look up Galta and we'll take the first one. This one will do. It's a Galta card. You said any. It better work. Okay, Area. Naya colors for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control if you control a creature with power 5 or greater. Then you gain life. Sorry, you gain 10 life if you control a creature with power 10 or greater. Then you win the game if you control a creature with power 20 or greater. Let's see about that. Moss Bridge Troll, 7 mana for a 5/5. If it be destroyed, you regenerate it. And tap any number of untapped creatures you control other than Moss Bridge Troll with power 10 or greater. Moss Bridge Troll gets +20/+20 until end of turn. That's okay. And then I guess we're going to tap our Galta, which is at least, it is 10 power. Are all the Galtas? All the Galtas are 12/12s. Just shows that Maverin over here isn't worth anything. All the power is in the Galta. Truly Galta or bust. Anyway, love it. Great combo. Okay, next up. Let's take, did I get one from you, old boy? Grenzo. The Dungeon Warden. And then the Cauldron of Eternity. And Workhorse. Work like... I hope this hasn't been done in one of the other 24 episodes. Workhorse has seen quite a bit of play in bad combos that actually work. This guy should just be like the thumbnail or the mascot of this show. The 6-mana 0/0 comes into play with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Remove a counter to add a colorless. Plays ability as a mana source. Okay, we do have Grenzo. 2/2. Enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Pay 2. Put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put it onto the battlefield. And then the Cauldron of Eternity. Costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Whenever a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. And then for 3 mana, tap, pay 2 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. How does this work? Spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. So I'm guessing it dies, comes into play with another 4 counters. What, do we make infinite mana? So it's basically, it says, whenever creature control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. But then Grenzo says, put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard if its creature comes back into play. Yeah, I don't think we've done this one. And that's infinite mana, because we can add 4 mana with this thing, which easily pays for the 2 mana that we the 2 mana that we need for Grenzo. It works. Okay, we got Jasper Srab with Enchanted Evening and Aura Thief. I want to say, like, we haven't seen this one before. 4 mana for a 2/2 with flying. When Aura Thief is put into a graveyard from play, you gain control of all enchantments. All permanents are enchantments in addition to their other types. Basically, you're going to get everything. It's all going to be yours, says the Aura Thief. Okay, Julio. Okay, Dark Ritual Thoughtseize, discard Breaker of... Are we, like, targeting ourselves? Okay, hold on. We are... And the remaining black mana to give haste to Breaker of Creation. Hold on. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to skip the Dark Ritual and Thoughtseize. I hope most of us know what that is. Breaker of Creation. So we're going to reanimate a Breaker of Creation. And then remaining black mana, give haste to Breaker of Creation using Bitter Reunion. Okay, hold on. What does this card even do? It's 8 mana for an 8/4. When you cast this spell, gain 1 life for each colorless permanent you control. So you're going to gain at least 1. Hexproof from each color, Annihilator 2. And then Bitter Reunion. You can pay 1, sack this thing. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Here's the battlefield. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. You could even play Bitter Reunion and put this thing in the graveyard. And then reanimate it. Is that it? That's your combo? We are reanimating an Annihilator 2 creature? I don't think this does a whole lot. This is just like a very bad reanimation target. It does wonderful things. Okay, next up. Okay, Toilet Duck says, use Devoted Druid, put a -1/-1 counter on Druid untap ability. Tap Druid to play for Hexavus. We have another Hexavus combo. Hexavus. Did I miss this? Remove a counter from the creature. Oh no, I think this is this is a different one. Okay, hold on. Devoted Druid. Repeat for infinite +1/+1s on Hexavus. Remove a counter from Hexavus, you get a +1/+1 counter. Oh yeah, so you can, yeah, this is a combo too. Tap your Devoted Druid, untap it with a -1/-1, but then you can remove a counter from another creature to put a +1/+1 counter on Hexavus, and you can pay the 1 from the mana you get from your Devoted Druid, and it loses the 1/1. How did we never see, is this a new card? This came from the Brothers War. It's like, I'm like all of a sudden seeing Hexavus combos. Hexavus to the left, Hexavus to the right. The greatest combo of all, the Horseshoe Crab and Paradise Mantle. Paradise Mantle, underrated card. Okay, pay a blue, untap your Horseshoe Crab. Paradise Mantle, tap, add 1 mana to your add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So you have like infinite untapping. You can tap and untap that thing for days. It actually goes well with that Wake Thrasher. There we go. That's clean. Wake Thrasher. There we go. We've solved it. The case closed. Jasper, that combo's too good for this show. Sanguine Blood and Exquisite Blood. Get it out of here. We want bad combos on this show. Only bad. Okay, who hasn't got a card yet? Don't know if Station Disaster got a card. Devilish Valet. Krenko Mob Boss. And 4 random goblins. That's fine. There's plenty of random goblins. Tap Granko to make 5 tokens. Play Fearbolg. Flutist. Targeting Valet becomes a 64 power creature with Myriad. I don't even know what. Okay, let's go with Devilish Valet. Trample Haste. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double Devilish Valet's power until end of turn. So Krenko Mob Boss in combination with 4 other random goblins on the battlefield. We're going to tap and make a bunch more goblins. And then with Furborg Flutist, 6 mana, 4/4 Giant Bard. When the Flutist enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature you don't control until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste and Myriad until end of turn. Gain control of target creature you don't. Are we trying to steal the Devilish Valet? Is that the only way this works? Targeting the Valet. See, okay, this combo is so bad, it depends on my opponent owning and controlling a Devilish Valet. No, it works. It works. But it depends on our opponent having Devilish Valet in their deck. That is how insanely unrealistic this combo is. But it does work. It does work. We steal our opponent's Devilish Valet. That is a big goddamn. Opponent would be like, holy crap! I didn't know I'd be so screwed. Toss in donate in it. Yeah, exactly. There's a red donate, right? There's a red donate that would work with this deck perfectly. So funny. Okay, who else? No combos yet. Ryan didn't get a combo. Oh, Becca. The Brute Chronologist. And also River Song. River Song and Last Chance. Hey, you're breaking the rules here. It's got to be 3 cards. Tomb Trawler. It's not your turn. It's always my turn as long as you end the turn before the end step kills you. Whatever that means. Okay, I hope I understand this card. Too far. Okay, Obeka, 4 mana. Tap. Player whose turn it is may end the turn. They may end the turn. But River Song says, meet in reverse. You draw cards from the bottom of your library, then the top. Spoilers! Spoiler alert. Whenever an opponent scries, surveils, or searches their library for a +1/+1, put a +1/+1 counter on River Song. Then River Song deals damage to that player equal to its power. Then Last Chance. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. But it's never going to happen, is it? Oh, whenever you draw cards, whenever your opponent scries, searches their library, or surveils. Tomb Trawler. Pay 2. Put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna put Last Chance on the bottom for sure. We're gonna keep ending the turn with Obeka, but then River Song. You draw cards from the bottom of your library rather than the top. Aha, gotcha. Sweet card, sweet combo. Oh yeah, the red donate is called Harmless Offering. Very harmless. Okay, Meme Brule is like, this is not a combo. Well, if it's not really a combo winning setup. Well, it can be it doesn't have to always be winning. But it's gotta be a little bit better than like synergy. Okay, we got Mutate Gemraiser. Oh god. Mutate. One of the more complicated rules in the game. Okay, we're mutating a Gemraiser onto a Theros god like Clothis. I guess it can be anyone. Lose your devotion and you're left with a blank. What is this? Like a combo to like screw the game up? Not really a winning, more something funny. Mutate Gemraiser onto a Theros god. Lose your, okay, so it's a creature. And then, like, what happens? I don't really know what happens. Lose your devotion and you're left with a blank. It's just blank anything. So I guess what, we Gemraiser? I actually have no idea what would happen here. You sort of broke my brain on that one. It's 3 cards in chat, 4 cards if you want to submit it to my Discord. Just like what Corbinik just did. Thank you so much for your super chat, Corbinik. It's just mean in the Discord. All right, to the Discord. To Discord, I say. It's just mean. From Corbinik. Okay, it's Virus Beetle. 2 mana, 1/1 insect. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. And then we got Shiri, Shizu's Caretaker, the 5 mana 2/2 spirit. Whenever a creature with power 1 or less is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. If Shizu Caretaker is still on the battlefield. And I guess what were we going to sack? The Thought Picker Witch. For a black, it's a 1/1. Pay 1, sacrifice a creature. Look at the top 2 cards of the target opponent's library, then remove 1 of them from the game. Is this something infinite or something? There's the battlefield. Each opponent discards a card. You may put whenever a creature with power 1 or less is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. I think this is just synergy, right? I don't see the, like, because you can only do it and then they come back at the end step. And you can sack the creatures, sack both of them. Look at the top 2 cards opponent's library. I guess what happens is you can constantly look at the top card of their library and then make sure that they're always left with a land. It's like, this is like a pseudo lantern control type of deal. You get a land and you get a land and I discard your cards until you have nothing left. All right, that sort of works. You could still die. It's possible. It's possible that they're still gonna kill you. Next up, we got Blade. Welcome, Blade. Ooh, Mindcrank, Duskmantle, Guildmage, and any discard. To be honest, we've seen these types of combos before. Okay, let's go with Mindcrank. Not the first time we've seen Mindcrank. Not the first time we've seen Duskmantle, Guildmage. So how do you choose to start the combo? Something's got to ignite it, right? Any discard, mill, / destroy card. Okay, let's say... I was about to say Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but that doesn't work at all. Let's say, I don't know, a crab! Hedron Crab plus land. There we go. And then you mill your opponents to death, because this just feeds into each other. The Mind Crank and Duskmantle. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses 1 life. Whenever an opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards, and then they're going to lose everything. It becomes only a creature which it loses from the god rules. Still, my brain is broken. I gotta see what it looks like on Magic Online. Okay, Toads wants redemption. You start off the show with not a combo. People just tuning in for the first time, they must be like, well, I thought this is a combo. What kind of combos are these? Okay, redemption. You want Dark Steel Mutation. We always allow redemption on this show. And Pariah. On an opponent's creature. No damage. Okay, so Darksteel Mutation, enchant creature, is an insect artifact creature with base power and toughness 0/1 and has indestructible and it loses all other abilities and creature types. Then we enchant the enchant creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchant creature instead. Why are we doing this to our opponent's creature? We could just do this to ourselves. Also, didn't we like do this combo earlier? I swear we did this exact like with 3 cards though. I could be wrong. Or maybe we did something similar. There's a lot of like this thing is indestructible type of thing. I'm senile, bro. Well, okay. Yeah, all is forgiven. Okay, do we have... Jess says, have I ever said Torbran? Torbran. I'm not spelling anything right today. Okay, Thane of Red Fell and Pyromania. Oh, sorry, Pyrohemia. Okay, so Torbran, for example, a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls that deals that much damage +2. And then Pyrohemia is a 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of the end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice Pyrohemia, but it deals, for a red, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. That's a lot of damage! Alright, you like, for a red, you can put them all on the stack, too. Well, I guess you can put them all on the stack, but probably Torbran is gonna die, before all of them resolve. Deals 1 damage to each creature. Damn, Torbran. Oh no, hold on, but it only does double the damage to your opponent's stuff? Red source would deal damage to an opponent or a creature or a permanent opponent controls. Okay. So Torbran can suck it up a little bit. That's for sure. Yeah, probably on any indestructible basically works. Those are bad combos that work. Alright, we got 1 comment account. Here's your 1 comment for today. We need 2 Phyrexian Vindicators. How many Phyrexian Vindicators do you want? And then we need a Ty Walkin. Sorry, Ty Joaquin. And what does it do? Any preventable damage source. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator, prevent that damage. When the damage is prevented this way, Phyrexian Vindicator deals that much damage to any other target. So are we targeting the other Phyrexian Vindicator? And the Ty Joaquin Perfect Shot says, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. Pay X, tap. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus X instead? How does this work? So whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. And does it bounce back and forth? If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator, prevent the damage. When the damage is prevented this way, we have to deal the damage to the second Phyrexian Vindicator. I guess we just draw a bunch of cards. So if whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. I guess so. Yeah, I guess you just draw as much cards as you want before you, like, just send it at somebody's face. I guess that's how it works. Do we have super chats? Oh, sorry about that, Fledermoose. All right, Fledermoose, we got a super chat from you. Should have been a priority. Dovescape and Guile. Guile for infinite birds. So sorry about that. All right, Guile. We have a blue, 3 generic, 6/6 elemental incarnation. Can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Now, if a spell or ability you control would counter a spell, instead exile that spell and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. When Guile's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Now, Dovescape says whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, we counter it! That player then puts X/1/1 white and blue bird creature tokens with flying into play, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. How does this work? So if a spell ability you control would counter a spell, instead exile that spell and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. There's only one problem with this combo. They could play nothing, but I mean, I get your the gift is you just prevent your opponent from doing anything. They just can't play spells anymore. Amazing Crack Monkey comes up with the same combo. We did this one already in the same show. Yeah, Ygra, Eater of All, and 2 Cauldron Familiar. That must be like floating around in a forum somewhere that I don't know about. All right, Timon, thank you very much for your super chat. Agatha of the Vial. Oh, you play the spell to start it off? Hold on. Before we get on. Whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, Instead exile that spell and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. But I thought we're not allowed to play anything. Oh no, this is okay. Okay, I get it. So we can start the thing by playing the spells. Cool. Agatha, Vial of the Vile Cauldron. And then we need, hold on, Urlock, and also Staff of Domination for world domination. All right, Agatha, what do you got going on over here? What is Agatha cooking in that cauldron? 2 mana, 1/1 activated abilities of creatures you control cost X less to activate, where X is Agatha of the Vile Cauldron's power, which is 1 right now. It's a little puny and pathetic, Agatha. Gotta work on them gains. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. 6 mana, other creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample and haste until end of turn. Next up, we got Urlock, Vigilance. A player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. Pay 1, tap. Each player adds 3 mana, which also means we can cost X less to activate. It's gonna be free, or it doesn't work. How does this not work? I think this works so far. Okay, cost X less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana and the cost. Oh, it can't reduce it to 1. So this doesn't work. Damn it, Timon. It was a good shot, though. I know what you were going for. Is there anything that does reduce it to 1, less than 1? Is there a card? Can we save this combo? We gotta save Timon here, like we saved the horseshoe crab combo. Is there anything? Or is it like that's just a no-no in Magic? They just don't let you do that. It must cost something. It will cost something. Hello, Ricardo. Good evening. Or good afternoon, good morning. Okay, I will, if anyone can save this thing, let me know in the comment section below. Celtic Guardian. I tried this combo once, but it did have faults. The Voldaren Stinger. Into the Curse of Stalked Prey. Alright, this, well, don't... A lot of these bad combos have their faults. Red 1/1 has first strike as long as it's attacking. For 3 mana, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Curse of the Stalked Prey, 2 mana or a curse. Each player, sorry, enchant player, whenever a creature dealt combat damage to enchant, whenever a creature deals combat damage to an enchanted player, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. How is that anything interesting here? I don't get it. Am I do I have the wrong cards here? Curse of Stalked Prey. Okay, Curse of Stalked Prey, I understand. Voldaren Stinger? I don't think this is the best way to move this combo, to be honest. I don't think that's going to work like that. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to an enchanted player, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. This is not a combo. This is not a combo enough for me, all right? This is just some sort of synergy. Okay, is there anyone who didn't get a combo? This is 4 cards, Mordred. What are you doing? Maskwood Nexus. Also, I don't know if you got a combo yet or not. Bishop of Wings. Kervak the Spiteful. And Memnite. Okay, I don't have to read all these cards because Memnite was self-explanatory. What does this even do? Okay, Maskwood Nexus. Everything's a creature type. Bishop of Wings. I guess we're gonna name Angel. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Kervak Spite. Other creatures get -1/-1. Again, this card! And we have Memnite as a 1/1. Dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Are we just like, is this just going nowhere? Is this just infinite death? Other creatures get, is this just like self-suicide here? I don't get this. What does this do? As far as I'm concerned, we have this infinite trigger. It's not even infinite because Bishop of Wings is gonna die instantly. Because this also is an angel. Or hold on. Other creatures get -1/-1. Or is it just infinite death triggers? Yeah, I think this is infinite death triggers. So something gonna die. Bishop of Wings will trigger. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 spirit, which is also an angel. And it's gonna die. And they just infinite death. That's the only way I interpret this. I don't know what you're gonna do with all them death triggers, but it does something, I guess. Oh, Zerda saves your combo? Let's go back. We're gonna go back. Okay, we got your lock. Oh, okay, and we had, what was it called? Staff of Domination. We're gonna get Zerda. Zerda. It's banned in Legacy for a reason. Activated abilities of you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1. It still doesn't save you. It still doesn't get it below the threshold. Oh well. Oh, Protopon. Okay, we're gonna end the show on Protopon. I just built a round for a fan and I enjoy is Quiza, Augur of Agonies, and Peer into the Abyss. Seven mana, sorcery. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. And then we got Quiza, 4 mana for a 3/4. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Oh my god, target opponent loses. So basically, are we targeting ourselves? Target player draws cards. We're going to draw all the cards, and our opponents are going to get drained for 1 billion life.
No, God, please, no!
Love it. This is a great, amazing combo. And you get all the cards in the end. All right, that's it. That's it for bad combos that actually work. Thank you very much for showing up today. It was a pretty smooth show today also. It's been clunky in the past, but it's going in the right direction. We got our combos, 2 to 3 card combos in chat. We got our longer combos in Discord. I was happy with it. Okay, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless it's this Friday coming up on, what, the 12th? 12th? Okay, remember, tomorrow, for anyone that watches so religiously, we're doing it at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time because I am going to NRG Series Chicagoland. So if you're going to be in the Chicagoland area, you want to meet me, I'm going to be there. And if you're there, and you're like, why is Nikachu here? That can't be possible. Well, it's possible. I will be there. And thank you everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, we got to thank everybody for showing up today. Because without you guys, I'd have no show. We need Ricardo, we need Flittermoose, and Pedgeman, Toads, Protopon, Kano, Steve Cooper, Oldboy, Bell, Station Disaster, Dem Draws, and Toads. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.